Yo, what's good? We back. Today we got an easy 7-minute taper for y'all. So yeah, let's get to it.
You hate that we will fall, so we just ain't fall in love. Promise you I took the that I wouldn't felt with God. Now I'm with the king, I swear that's all you really wanted. You can't fall in love if it ain't him, I'm being honest.
So y'all, this is the same client with the viral video. It's like at 100+K right now. But this time, last time I didn't do the lineup, but this time we're going, we put the lineup, the full lineup tutorial in with the tape and everything. So right here, we're gonna start the haircut off by setting our first bald guideline. The first guideline that we always gonna set in will be a bald guideline. Well, depending on what type of, if your client wants it bald or not, but for this haircut, we're gonna do it bald. We're setting it with our cocoa trimmers. Our cocoa trimmers are not all the way zero gap. So these are my soft trimmers. Soft trimmers are trimmers that are not zero gap. A soft trimmer setting in that first bald guideline will create a soft line, so it's easier for us to take out that first guideline. Because a lot of beginner barbers, they struggle with this part of the haircut. Believe it or not, out of all the different places you can mess up on a haircut, barbers struggle with taking out that first line the most. So get you a pair of soft trimmers and get you a pair of hitters. Now we got on our number 2 guard, and we're really just flicking out. We're really just debulking and creating room for us to create them, them guidelines that we need to fade or to make that, fade smooth. Now we have our lever all the way open with no guard, and we're creating that second guideline. And now we're just fading down, fading everything out, slowly, closing our notches and moving down. Now we're using the Andes Masters for this haircut. The Andes Masters has no click lever system, so it's you kind of gotta memorize your steps and know where you're at when you're lever playing and stuff like that. So we start off with our lever all the way open, and we're slowly closing the lever and slowly moving down, blending from that second guideline all the way down to our first bar guideline that we had set in. Now we're going to switch to our number 2 guard, and we're going to start our down fading technique. The down fading technique is mainly used so that we don't fade too high. A lot of barbers tend to fade too high when they're fading up. Down fading or this technique is, helpful for keeping or managing that low taper or that mid taper that you want. Now we moved on from the number 2 guard to our number 1 guard. And we're basically, see, we got our clippers turned right now. We're basically detailing as we go, as we reach that halfway mark. But we're doing the same thing. Wherever we left off with the lever close from the number 2 guard, that's what we pick up with the number 1 guard all the way open. And then we begin down fading from the number 1 guard all the way open, all the way closed. And now we have on our number 0 guard with our Andes Masters, and we're slowly doing the same exact thing. Lever all the way open, and then we're closing it, moving down towards the bottom of the taper. Every single guard that you should put on your client should always start with the lever all the way open when dealing with, my technique or the way that I cut hair. Now we have no lever, and we're kind of just level playing and detailing. Detailing is literally you opening up your lever halfway or closing it halfway, basically the same exact thing. Don't get confused about that. And just flicking and breaking these little pieces of hair up, making them blend a lot smoother than what it is. Now we're kind of just getting away this bulk right here, this bulk in this area. We tried our number 2 guard and kind of went with the grain. Now we're going against the grain with a number 3. So this right here is a little bit tricky when it gets to this with this kind of hair texture. For this type of hair texture, his hair is at a point to where he had it low, but he wants to grow it out at the same time. So we kind of gotta adjust to what what's at hand for him. On this back taper right here, what we're debulking with right now is a number 1 guard. I usually would just follow the same exact steps. That's what you should do. But right here we're just making making room with that number 1 guard, and now we're gonna follow with the same exact steps. Lever all the way open with our Andes Masters, and we're creating that second guideline. That's the debulking isn't necessarily a guideline. That's just a reference point so we can be able to see our guidelines or see our fades or see what we're actually doing. Imagine trying to put the lever open, that second guideline with the lever all the way open with all that bulkiness right there. You'll probably take forever to make that guideline. So we debulk first and then we set in our guidelines. Now we have it on number 2, lever all the way open. Lever all the way open leaves the most hair at the top of the client's head or on the side of the client's head. Wherever you may be at, the lever all the way open, which is all the way down going towards the bottom of the clipper, leaves the most amount of hair. The lever close, which is going towards, the lever will be pointed towards the top of the clipper. That leaves the least amount of hair. So when down fading, you always want to start with the most amount of hair, and then you're gradually fading down to the least amount of hair, which would be the first guideline that we first set in with our cocoa trimmers with the lever all the way, or with our trimmers. Now we're just down fading, just following our process, following our steps. You should never switch up your steps. Sometimes it may be okay. I'm talking about like sometimes, like I'm talking about every blue moon, you'll have to do something a little bit different from the back table than you do with the front table, but it's less likely to happen. Like I'm so serious. It's less likely to happen. Just follow your steps, follow your processes, and you should end up with a clean taper, clean fade, clean lineup every single time. You don't want to switch nothing up. You don't want to confuse yourself. You just want to keep it nice, simple, nice, slow and steady ends the race. Just do what you follow through your steps. Right now we have our number 1 guard, and we're doing the same exact thing that we did for the right side taper to the back. Same exact thing. We're slowly, fading down. We're using our corners. We detailing as we go. That's why I love my fading technique so much. Like, you don't have to go back and detail all your work and take more time on a fade, and now you're taking a whole hour on a haircut and whatnot. And we're taking out that bottom line that I had just highlighted just now with my hand or my finger with our number 0 guard, and we're slowly taking that line out, turning our clippers to the side and detailing, taking that line out. But once you reach a certain spot, like we always start off, like I told you, we always start off with the lever all the way open. Whatever we start off with any guard, the way we detail in the number 2 spot is with the number 1 guard halfway open or halfway closed. Basically same thing. We're just going to call it just in the middle of the middle lever. We just got to be halfway. And then to detail in the number 1 guard spot, you want to take your number 0 guard halfway open or halfway closed, detail in number 1 guard spot. And to detail in number 0 guard spot, lever no guard, lever halfway open, and you detail in that one spot. Right here we're taking that alcohol swab and wiping down his lineup with the designated spots that we are going to line up. We put it on cold air or blow dry, and now we use level 3 for this haircut. I like to switch it up from time to time. I don't use level 3 all the time. Level 3 holding spray. But yeah, we're bringing the line down with a number 2 guard, and now we're taking the front down with a number 1 guard as well. See, we're not taking a one. We're only touching the tippy top of his, where the bottom of his lineup, and now we're just doing our 1 prep. But I want to go back to what I was saying about detailing. So with my technique is you're fading down. Once you reach that halfway point, you can actually go back up and detail in that previous guard's area, and then close the lever a little bit more. Then continue fading down. Then you can put on the next guard. Start with the lever all the way open. Start fading down, and once you reach the lever halfway open or halfway closed, you could go back up slightly, hurry up, detail, and then continue on going down and down fading. That's what's so good about the technique. It eliminates a lot of time. But right here we're just going through the same exact line prep that I've been showing y'all. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. We're spraying hold and spray. This is the same line of prep I do on every single client, and watch this hair just fall off. This is with the line. This is with the trimmers that I'm using. I got them set right. So we're switching. We switched to 3 different clippers. I didn't want to do. See, he has more so of a thicker, hair texture in the back. So, I need clippers that's gonna slice all the way through it, get all that hair. And these right here, these Stylecraft, I have this blade is modified. I sharpen this blade myself, so I wouldn't dare use this on. I mean, it works on people's lineups, but I don't really like to use it on people's lineups. I just like to use it on thick, parts of the hair where it's a lot of hair that other trimmers can't necessarily get through. And then now we're gonna switch back to our high vis. Our high vis is my go-tos right now. Those are my babies. Those probably forever gonna be my babies. I can't wait till I get the black ones, the black versions of them. So, and we might do like a little clipper review on those as well. But going around the neck right here, we're just using our pointer finger on our right hand. Notice how I'm holding my client's head. I'm not, I wasn't touching the ear at that point. But to go around that curve, if your client has a bigger ear, or maybe I've had clients with like their ears like crunch. It's like, I don't know what it fold, man. The client's ear fold and it be in the way of the neckline up or that little curvature part. So what we'll do right there, pinch the ear a little bit slightly, take the ear back or hold the ear down, and then go, continue with our right hand lining the client up. And remember, we're using our edges. Now right here I'm showing you in the back of the neck area, you do want both of those sides to be even. Both lineups on the back taper area will make the difference in how the taper looks in the back. You want to make sure they're even. You don't want to make sure one's cutting in more than the other. Now look how beautiful this taper looks. Look how beautiful this lineup came out. This is from the line prep. This is from my clippers hidden, set the right way. They're not too over zero gap. They all set the right way. So, and it makes your job easier, man. When you get more powerful tools, don't go on TikTok shop where people trying to make money off of you to buy cheap tools and stuff like that, man. Get you some powerful tools. And to start this C cup, I do start at the bottom of the C cup and work my way into the C cup, so my C cup could be C cupping. If y'all understand what I'm talking about. Y'all probably gonna say I'm lame for that, but oh wow. But look, man, you see how crispy that C cup came out? That's from the line prep and whatnot. And yeah, and when you start from the bottom of the C cup, you have a higher chance of making that lineup have that straight boxy look. And now I'm comparing both sides. What I do one C cup on one side, preferably that right side because I am right-handed. Then match that left side with that right side. This matters. This will take your haircut to the next level. Just this fact right here. And I'm slowly working my way up to the bottom of that to the top of the C cup or the bottom of his box. I'm slowly making both sides even or identical. And once I get that right, I go back in on that left side and I create that curvature and I make both lines meet. I wish I could have seen a better angle. Y'all could see right there, but I made both sides meet. And that's it. Look how beautiful this side of the taper gonna come out. Exactly identical. Same exact thing. Look how beautiful that taper looks. Now our client does have a widow's peak, as y'all can see. And I'm showing y'all that that's not his actual lineup. His roots are way up there, but his hair can lay down. So we have a decent amount of room to play with when it comes to a lineup. See, this is the lineup I didn't show in that video a while back, but now I'm showing him. So we want to start in the middle of the nose. You want to use the nose as a reference point for the middle of the forehead, and that's where we're going to connect both sides of the lineup to. Now, see, if I start too low, that left side is kind of, going back a little bit. So you have to start this first guideline up a little bit more higher than usual so that that left side looks more fuller. The left side will look more fuller just because I took the lineup up just a little bit more. So this isn't a pushback or anything like that. It's just necessary, just common barber sense, man. A normal person wouldn't get this. A normal person wouldn't understand. Even your clients maybe won't understand when explaining this. This is something that you just have to do when you're in the game for. You don't even have to be in the game for a long time, man. I know a lot of people that's been in the game for a long time and still don't know how to cut hair, bro. It's just about it matters about how far you want to take your career, bro. That's all that matters. Like, that's what's going to dictate your success. Your own, like, it don't matter how long you've been cutting hair, you can still be trash at cutting hair, bro. I kid you not. They got people that I've only been cutting hair for 4 years for real, and I'm better than a lot of people that's been doing this for a long time. Like, I'm like one of the best barbers in my city, if not the best barber. So, but yeah, let's get into the lineup. We slowly working our way over, and we only using the right side of our clipper blade. When working on the right side. Now, as soon as we look like it's straight, and whatnot, we're gonna connect that C cup, the top of the C cup with the bottom of his box to the top of his lineup. and we're just using our edges. We're just tapping, getting everything together. See how I'm using the right corner of my clipper, my trimmer blade, and we're gonna go back up, and then kind of just make them connect a little bit more, make that corner a little bit more boxier, and that's it. That's all I needed. Look how perfect that lineup looks. Now we're gonna work our way over. We went back to the middle point, which was by his nose, and then you go up. If you have a trouble finding that middle point in a person's lineup, which should be, I use the middle point as a connecting point to where the right side should connect and the left side should connect. They're always going to connect to that middle point. The middle point is the foundation. The middle of the lineup is the foundation. That's where both sides is going to meet, and that's going to make more consistent lines for me and myself and you and yourself if you pay attention and you watch the video and you learn. So we worked our way towards that left side, only using the left side of our trimmer, and that right there creates more consistency as well. Whenever you're using the left side of the trimmer and what you've already lined up, you want to place that on the right side of the trimmer. But we did slightly enhance the lineup, even though we didn't have no lineup. I think my camera had went dead at that point, and we're doing just a razor blade lineup, stretching the skin. But look, it's HYB if you're not handling your business and what you're doing. Hopefully I liked the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and we out.
Now I see the difference in alone and being lonely. Looking for the truth, and it's the kingdom that you show me. I want your mind, so I know that I'll never change. Yeah. I know that my thoughts gon' be the reason that I make it. Believe in every single thing you say. You ain't that we will fall, so we just ain't fall in love. Promise you I took through that I went and felt with God.
Danny, please don't do anything crazy.